There's nothing of consequence going on today. It's actually fairly quiet here at my favorite station in the world, Matherfield Mills. And I turned on the camera and was like, okay, it's time to knock out this video for the day. What do I really want to talk about? Because, nothing's happening. I could touch on briefly that my little brother stopped by yesterday. He came and spent the night with us, but no real news there. Although, fun story, his mother, my mother-in-law, refuses to let him watch Deadpool because it's rated R. So, admittedly, I went to him and I said, if I felt like you could keep a secret, I would let you watch it. And his exact quote to me was, I want to see it, but I don't want to see girls' boobs or V's. That's like, V's. So, my 11-year-old brother is aware of vagina, but doesn't want to see them. So, let's see how that changes over the course of the next couple of years. Because trust me, dude, there's nothing like a nice set of boobs and V's. Really. But what I would like to discuss is one of those things, because there's nothing going on in day-to-day life. Short week this week because I'm off for Thanksgiving. Then I got 2 days to knock out at work. And then I'm off again Sunday. And then it's right back into our regularly scheduled programming. But what I would like to discuss today is my relationship with my mother-in-law. It's always been sketchy. Over the summer, if you've been watching these forever, then we kind of had a falling out over the summer. Maybe it was late spring. We had a big falling out to the point that we didn't talk to her at all. And she called us and she was like, look, we need to patch this up. We need to deal with this. So she came over. We talked it out. And I realized that I was at fault for quite a bit. Like, quite a bit of that was kind of my fault. So I accepted responsibility for the parts that were mine. She accepted the responsibility for the parts that were hers. And we're better off now. Like, we can have conversations. It's like I've gone up to her job and I've hung out with her. It's a couple of 2 months ago. She had a flat tire. She was like, hey, can I borrow $40 for a tire? We just went and bought her a tire. I was like, here you go. It's not a big deal. But there are still these gray areas with her. Like, I don't know what to call her. Like, I won't call her Crystal because that's too impersonal. I don't want to call her, like, Mom because that's too personal. Like, no, like, when I'm talking to Asia, I'll say, yeah, Mom said, but to her face, I can't call her Mom. And it's not even like, oh, I don't want to disrespect my mother or anything. It's none of that at all. It's just, that doesn't feel right. Like, we're not there. So, and I won't call her Crystal because that just doesn't seem right. I tend to just call her hey, or, yes ma'am, because, I'm polite. But I won't call her, Mrs. Richardson or anything like that. I refuse. But I've made it up in my mind that Thanksgiving is coming up. This will be we got married in 2013. We did hook up for that Thanksgiving. So 2013, 14, 15. This will be our fourth Thanksgiving together as a family. Like, it's just become like a yearly thing. We go to her house. But I'm always very cautious when I get there. There are certain things I don't do or say. Like, I try to limit interaction. I'm not going to do that this year. I'm going to walk in there and I'm going to hug the shit out of that woman. I'm going to say, oh man, it's so glad to see you. At the end of the night, I'll give her a hug and a kiss on the cheek and say I love you. These are things that I feel like it's time for us to be there. Like, we've gotten very close. And when I say close, just as close as you can be with a mother-in-law when, we're so close in age. But we have a good relationship going. We can text each other back and forth, and we can have some witty banter between us. It works. So this year I'll be the one to to cross that bridge, because it may be that, because she was very clear that she didn't want our families separated. She wanted us to always, be together and be on good terms. So maybe she's holding back because she doesn't think that, I'm the huggy type and I don't want to hug. But I do. Not that it's like when she comes up, like she came over yesterday, she dropped off Mike. And it's not like she was there and I was like, oh man, should I hug her? Should I not? Should I hug her? No, it's not that serious, but it's like, she hugged Mike. She saw Asia. She gave her a big old hug, but I just kind of sat there like, maybe she would be interested in that. Maybe she wouldn't be. The only way we'll know is if we, actually initiate it. And I don't think she'd say no to a hug. So, I don't know. It's one of the last hurdles I feel like we need to get over. Not that I put a whole lot of thought into it, but that's a hurdle for us. Like, I need to be able to see her and be like, hey, how you doing? And, and give her a hug and be like, how's it going?
I have a Hispanic gentleman with a lead pipe that just got on the last train.
Whoa.
The last car for,
you hear that? Violence.
My inbound train for consumers. Causing problems over here.
Whoa. Problems.
I just wanted people to be aware that he's got a lead pipe on him.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that has nothing to do with the context of our video. So when we're going over there this Thursday, probably fairly early.
I'm sorry, sir, I didn't catch that last.
And when I get there, I'm going to make sure that I initiate that kind of thing, because we're family. It's like I hug my son all the time. I hug my wife all the time. I hug Michael all the time. Micah, my sister, not very huggy, but even she'll hug me, but me and mom, see, I do on habit, I call her mom. Like, we're just not there. So I'm gonna work on that. I think that's important. Yeah, that's my Thanksgiving thing. That's what I'm going to be doing this year, is I'm going to be more affectionate to my mother-in-law. Wow, that sounds kind of creepy. It's like, I don't want to see your boobs and V or anything. I just, I don't want there to be this odd friction between us. So I'm going to see what I can do to take care of that.